And the man on the mound the first time here in Sacramento is Gunnar Hoagland. And remember his debut, it was a sparkler. 6 fantastic innings, and he was outstanding.
3-2, that's driven to right. But Butler will have room, a few steps shy of the warning track, making the catch for the first out.
Here's Julio with 2 outs and nobody on.
Batting .221, 6 home runs, 17 runs batted in.
Hard hit ground ball off the mound into center field for Julio. A 2-out single. He is aboard to extend the first inning.
And I tell you what, Julio looking like Julio. He's now hit safely in 8 of his last 10 games for an average of .290, and that is great to see. So the Mariners have a runner on at first base. That'll bring up one of the stars from last night's ball game, Cal Raleigh.
Is popped up. A chance for Andujar, moving into foul ground and making the catch. So a clean inning for Gunnar Hoagland in the first. We go to the A's bats up next.
Brian Wu, a Bay Area guy who has just flat out dominated this A's team over the course of his young career.
He has downright been mean to them.
Here is Wilson to lead things off.
First pitch from Wu is a bouncing ball up the middle, and it will clip off of the glove of Crawford and trickle into center for a leadoff single.
And that'll bring up Soderstrom, hitting at .291, 4 for 10 on the series.
1-1, pokes the bat head out, drops it into right field. Jacob Wilson takes a turn around second. He'll get to third, and the A's have him on the corners early with nobody out in the bottom of the first.
We were asked before the ball game, how do you get to a guy like Brian Wu, who has been so dominant over the club? And right now, Jacob Wilson and Tyler Soderstrom showing us what going up there with a game plan can do for you.
Miguel had a couple of RBIs last night, and that's through for a hit. Wilson comes in to score, and Andujar's tear continues. Well, he did it last night, Dallas. An RBI in the first inning to open up the A's scoring. He does it again here.
Man, you give Andujar an RBI opportunity, and his eyes light up.
Idea of how aggressive the Athletics are so far. This is the 5th batter, and Wu has thrown only 12 pitches.
JJ 3 for 12 in his career against Brian Wu.
This is where the Athletics have done a nice job, 4th with runners in scoring position.
2-2, and that's lined into the alley in right center field. It's going to drop down and go all the way to the wall. Soderstrom scores. Here comes Andujar. Blade pulls into second base with a 2 RBI double, and the A's now lead 3-0.
Put your quarter in the machine and get a double.
And the A's have jumped on Brian Wu in the first inning today as they've taken a 3-0 lead.
This is really uncharted territory for Brian Wu when it comes to facing the Athletics.
Brian Wu threw a lot of pitches in that bottom of the first inning.
Well, it's Jacob Wilson now. Started off the 3-run first with a leadoff single. 2-0, and that's lined the other way, fair down the right field line. That'll tuck into the corner, and Wilson will push for second base and stop there with a 2-out double.
Oh, Willie Walkoff just wielding the wand at will. My goodness.
6 out of the last 8 games, multi-hit games. You're right, he just uses that entire field.
Here's Soderstrom, and he's 1 for 1.
Swing and a miss and a breaking ball, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. Strikeout number 2 for Brian Wu. We go to the top of the third.
Williamson, 254, a homer and 10 driven in. He's 3 for 9 in the series.
Check swing on a breaking ball. He did go around. Another strikeout for Hoagland. That's 2 now on his day.
And here is J.P. Crawford, the shortstop, who's riding a 14-game hitting streak, a career high for him.
J.P. Crawford finds a base hit in right field. The hits continue to come for J.P. Crawford. That's a 15-game hitting streak. A knock into right field.
He is just locked in right now.
And there are 2 away. An on play, Crawford moving to second. And with 2 outs and runner on second, Julio Rodriguez will be the hitter.
And Weekly grounded to third. Andujar a chance. Throws to first and completes the play. 3 scoreless innings so far for Gunnar Hoagland. The bottom of the 4th inning with Butler, Urias, and Brown. And Lawrence cracks one to deep right field. Taveras going back. That ball is onto the berm.
Going back to Maris, and it's gone. Lawrence Butler has hit it out.
That's got to feel good if you're Lawrence Butler.
Oh, that feels great.
For Butler, his 6th home run of the year and RBI number 13, and the A's lead 4-0. No doubt about it off the bat. 417 feet, 110 off the bat. You know, for Wu, he's allowed more runs in this game than he had in his whole career coming in against the A's. That's one that smacked into center field for a base hit. He's had some good at-bats of late, so a sharp single to center for Seth Brown. ground.
He gets aboard for Johnny Pareda.
There goes Brown swinging a weak ground ball, a swinging bunt. Woo up 1 foot. That is a fine play. Brian Woo, thing of beauty.
You have got to be kidding me. This is unbelievable. Brian Woo, bare hand, headed into the third base dugout. But, I mean, this is by many feet.
2 down, and here is Jacob Wilson, who has hit in 31 of his 36 games this year.
1-2, grounded. Off the diving glove of Tellez. That trickles into the corner. Brown is going to score. Wilson to second base. He has another double, and it's 5-0.
He hits the double, his 50th hit of the year. For Wilson, his 21st RBI, and the A's lead 5-0. Just a machine. Another clutch 2-out RBI for Jacob Wilson.
Line and a nifty pick by Dylan Moore. Man, that was awesome. Takes a hit away and saves a run. 5-0 Athletics after 4 in Sacramento.
Next pitch will be number 75 for Gunnar Hoagland. Hitting room in right center.
Here's a swing and a line drive into the gap in right center field. A base hit for Dylan. Up the ball is Butler, gets a throw back in, so a 1-out single for Dylan Moore.
Dylan Moore keeps his hands inside the ball, drives it the other way into right field. The Mariners can get something going here.
There goes Dylan Moore to second. Holy smokes, Hoagland reached down to tie his shoes. Dylan Moore literally took off for second base, and he goes in without a throw. You talk about baseball savvy and picking the pocket.
1 out, 1 on for Ben Williamson. On a line out to the gap, and Brown can't get to it. Dylan Moore can cruise home. Williamson at second base. He gets the Mariners on the board. That was shot out of a cannon by Ben Williamson. It's a 5-1 A's lead.
Ben Williamson in at second base with a line drive RBI double into the gap in left center. The Mariners finally are on the board.
He'll walk Raleigh, and that might be the day for Gunnar Hoagland. But what a performance by Gunnar Hoagland. As it stands right now, 5 1/3 with a run against him, no walks, a trio of strikeouts.
That is ball 4. As Randy will take first base, the Mariners now runners at first and second.
Here's Rowdy Tellez. Mariners have a chance here to really take a chunk out of that A's lead. Fly ball right field. Rowdy Tellez. Everybody's watching. It's gone. Right back in this ball game. A 3-run bomb from Rowdy Tellez.
How about that? A walk, and a trot around the bases. Rowdy Tellez way out in front of the count, 3-0, then a couple of strikes, and man, he jumps on that pitch.
A 3-run smash by Rowdy. It's 5-4 A's.
What a comeback.
Here's Wilson, who is 3 for 3 on the day with a couple of doubles.
3-1. Make that a 4th hit, a 4-for-4 day for Jacob Wilson. It doesn't matter where you put it. The bat is going to find the ball.
And I believe that's his first career 4-hit game, a single for Wilson to left field. And the A's now have 9 hits in the ball game.
Rosaranda aboard for the 3rd time, and the tying run is at first. And Randy's going to be lifted for a pinch runner here. Miles Mastroboni will run. There goes Mastroboni, pitches outside the throw, the tag, save!
And now the Mariners have the tying run on in scoring position. Let's see if Mark Kotsay, the manager for the A's, wants to look at it, and he will.
I guess the question here is, does the A's video room really see something, or is this a Hail Mary challenge? This, after all, 2 outs in the 8th inning. Are they saying we might as well?
The call is confirmed. The runner's safe. Athletics lose their challenge.
It's a huge bag for Mastroboni. A base hit can tie this one up. And here is Leody Taveras, who's making his Mariners debut today. Ground ball, and it's into left field. Mastroboni rounds on his way home. Welcome to the Mariners, Leody Taveras. He has tied the game in the 8th inning.
Oh, that's got to feel good for Leody. Making impact right away, tying this game late.
The Mariners were down 5-0. They have tied the game at 5-5 here in the top of the 8th, and what a comeback right now for the Mariners.
Of course this game is tied in the 8th inning. Of course it is.
Here's Dylan Moore.
Taveras takes off. Pitch was up and in. The throw is wide. Watch out at second base. It's safe. Gets away and backed up. Man, there's a lot going on there.
So Leody Taveras with his 7th steal on the year, the first as a Mariner, and now the Mariners have the go-ahead run on at second base. A base hit here, and the Mariners have the lead.
This has been the series. This has been the storyline.
Into the gap in right center field. The Mariners have taken an 8th inning lead. Dylan Moore delivers. Taveras scores, and the The Mariners are in front 6-5.
Dylan Moore with a double into the gap in right center field. The comeback continues, and for the first time this afternoon, the Mariners have the lead 6-5 over the A's. Holy smokes, the Cardiac Kids keep on rolling.
What a season series this has already shaped up to be. The one-run game. Mariners have given the lead to Andres Munoz to work the bottom of the 9th inning.
Mariners 6, A's 5, 2 out. Schumann's at first, and that'll bring up Wilson, who is 4 for 4. And Munoz out of the stretch, and the pitch to Wilson.
He throws him, and the ball game's over. Andres Munoz has simply been incredible. The Mariners come from behind again, and they take another thriller